Shalom. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Bahashim Shai, Bahashim Racha Kadash, for giving me the spirit and power to make this lesson. Double honors unto the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that teach this truth and rule well. Wabarakatham unto the hopeful elect. This is the brother Gabar from the Great Millstone Dallas branch with another lesson. And I wanted to make a part 2 over my last lesson that was titled, let me pull it up. It was titled Esau's Time is Up. And I wanted to go into that a little more. Okay. And what I want to start with is Job chapter 9 and verse 24. It says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. All right. So you have to identify who the wicked is. All right. And we know through the scriptures that is Esau, Edom. Okay. And it's a lot of scripture to prove that. All right. I grab a quick one. This is Proverbs chapter 29 and verse 2. It says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. Right. So the people in the land, all right, the people in the world are going to rejoice when righteous leaders are in place. All right. Righteousness is being pushed through the four corners of the earth. They're not cheating anybody. Okay. They have morals. They follow the laws. Okay. Speaking of the people in authority. All right. Now reading on, it says, but when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. Right. And that's what we see today. Suicide is high. All right. The use of drugs and alcohol is high. All right. Higher than ever. Okay. The people are mourning. All right. It's a poor state that people are in. All right. Riots. All right. That's a form of them mourning, crying out. Okay, which they're rioting and, they're protesting too. Well, the Israelites that are in that crowd protesting and rioting, crying out to their oppressor instead of Yahweh Bahashim Shai. So, I mean, it won't work. All right, but yeah, that's the spirit that these people are in, the spirit of mourning. All right, so we know that the people that's ruling are wicked. All right, let's grab one more. Salaki, give me one moment. Pulling it up. This is Malachi chapter 1 and verse 4. It says, whereas Edom saith, okay, Edom, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, okay. You can get the information on his birth, what he looked like, Genesis 25, I believe around 25 and 25. It says, whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, we will return and build the desolate places. Thus said the Lord Yahweh of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. Right. So everything Esau, Edom is built up. All right. After they came out, them caves during, they got the rebirth, the Renaissance period and everything up to up to now. All right. The Lord is going to throw it all down. Okay. It says they shall build. All right. But I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness and the people against whom the Lord Yahweh hath indignation forever. Right. Indignation means righteous anger. Okay. But it says they're the border of wickedness. So wherever they are, wickedness is. Okay. No clean thing comes out of an unclean, as the scriptures say. And these people are wicked. Okay. Even the ones that, they might not say the N word in front of you, but yeah, they're using it at home. Okay. This is his world. Okay. Now going back. All right. Just grab, what was that? 2 quick precepts on identifying the wicked. I do want to go back to that precept and read it again. Job 9:24 says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. Right. You have the whitewashing. All right. and they don't tell you that the true Messiah is, you know, Yahweh Shai, and that the Father is Yahweh. They tell you, you know, God and Jesus, you know, or believe what you want. Okay, they X out the Messiah here, you know, anything but Yahweh Shai and Yahweh, right? It says he covered the face of the judges thereof, and that was also done, you know, literally painting over, reconstructing Roman icons and such. It says, if not, where and who is he? Right, who else is it gonna be? It's Esau Edom, man. He's the devil. Okay, but now I want to go into this word though. Job 9:24. I'm gonna play it, and then I'm gonna read it.
Strong's H 54:14. Nathan.
All right. And it says TWOT, reference number is 1443. Call all y'all by Shemal Shai. All right. All right, now it says to give. All right, and this, the word I'm going into is Job 9:24. The word given is given. And it says to give, put, set. All right. Oh, and Salaki in the Hebrew, that would be let me get that. Let me go back to the word. Okay. 1 second, Salakia. Okay. So yeah, Nathan. So Nathan. All right. Now it says to give. All right, so it's coming from somewhere. All right, to give, put, set. It says to give, bestow, grant, permit. All right. So it's been permitted to the wicked for the season that they could rule. That season is a permitted time. It's allowed by somebody, and who is that? Yahweh. It says grant, bestow. So this time period has been ordained by Yahweh by Shemal Shai. Okay, it's ordained. All right, now the end is happening. The end is coming. All right. So just as it was given, it's going to be taken. Okay, now let me grab a precept. Second Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 7. It says, for the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Right. It says, only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. You see? So the Lord is letting Esau Edom, the wicked, all right, he's letting him do his work, all right, of wickedness now, all right, and rule for a time. And then he's going to take him out the way, according to prophecy. And now we're seeing the signs where that prophecy is going to come to pass for him to be taken out of the way. Okay. I had a precept coming to my mind, but I forgot it. Salaki, give me 1 second. Let me think. Oh, yeah. Call all y'all about Shemal Shai. All right. Let me grab this. Because there's nothing Esau Edom can do to change this. Okay? There is no salvation coming to Whitey. There is no salvation coming to Esau Edom. Okay? He has to pay for what he done. All the heathen nations are going to pay, but he's the one destined to actually be completely destroyed. Romans 9:22. What if Yahweh, willing to shew his wrath and to make his power known, endured with much long suffering the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction? That's speaking about the wicked. All right, fitted to destruction. So let's go into these words. So the Lord is waiting in his patience, all right, for the right time to do what he's gonna do. All right, and we don't know. It's his timing. Okay, let's grab Romans chapter 9 and verse 22, and let's get that word. Let's see what pop up on vessels. Well, okay, yeah, the vessels. It says, let me play the Greek.
Strong's G 4632. Skuos. Skuos.
Okay, and it says down here, I'm going straight to the point. It says it says a man of quality, a chosen instrument in a bad sense, and an assistant in accomplishing an evil deed. You see? So the Lord has set up this man to do exactly what he has done, which is accomplish evil deeds, rape, rob, or salaki, it might grape, theft, mass deletions, putting hell on people, making the earth into a wilderness. Okay, and we can go on and on. The stuff they spraying in the skies, the stuff they pushing on the masses through the media. It's a lot, man. Esau Edom is doing everything he can in every corner and avenue of life to be evil, and he can't help it, because what? He is fitted. He's an instrument. He's a vessel to do that. That's his job. So he can't help it. Matter of fact, let's grab a precept and I'll go back, because I want to get fitted and see if it's anything on there. Let me grab one precept. Because then you would think, well, if he can't help it and he wicked, why would he get punished? Why? It don't make sense, right? Let's get Romans chapter 9. Why have you made me thus? Matter of fact, we're going to start at 17. Actually, dang, this is Romans 9. Good. Dang. Hold on. We might have to start. Let's get 13 and we'll hop down. We'll see. Romans 9 and 13. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. Right. And this was written, Romans was written, obviously after they were born, but it was predestinated, all right, that it would be so before they were born. Because while the twins were in the womb, they struggled together, and Sarah, Salakia, Rebecca, all right, in her womb, they were struggling together, and it was said, that one nation would be stronger than the other. I'm not gonna grab it, but yeah, it was said that one would be stronger than the other, and one would, rule over the other, And yeah, we're about to play out the part where Jacob rules over Esau Edom forever this time. But I do want to jump up to verse 11. I grabbed that to kind of go into that. Romans chapter 9 and verse 10. And not only this, but when Rebekah also had conceived by one, even by our father Isaac, for the children being not born yet, neither having done any good or evil, meaning this was all before anything at all right, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of Yahweh according to election might stand, not of works, but of him that calleth. You see? So this is all of Yahweh B'Shem Shai. All right? We didn't call ourselves as Jacob. We didn't put ourselves in this position. The Lord Yahweh, called us to this position. Being thankful, yeah. All right, but we being thankful, yes, and humbly we understand, that this is the will of Yahweh B'Shem Shai. All right, this is not our will. If it was our will, we would have been great and perfect since Adam. Okay. Verse 12. It was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger. And who came out first? Esau. Verse 13. As it is written, Jacob have I loved. That's the one that came out second. Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. Okay. Verse 14. What shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with Yahweh? Yahweh forbid. For he said to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. Right. So the Lord can do what he wants. He's the Lord. Verse 16. So then it is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but of Yahweh that sheweth mercy. Right? Because before they were even born, it was already set up in the spirit. Okay? So it's not of what you're gonna do, all right, which you serve Yahweh about your mouth once you're called, but it's not of what you're gonna do. All right, it's just the Lord's will. That's why we say Lord's will. All right, because his will is gonna stand. Who can resist his will? Right? Verse 17. For the scripture saith unto Pharaoh, and Esau is the modern day Pharaoh, even for this same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might shew my power in thee, and that my name might be declared throughout all the earth. Right? The Lord is using Esau Edom to build him up, all right, in his wickedness, and then take him down. All right, the Lord is going to take this man down in righteousness. He's building Esau Edom up, all right, with Esau doing incredible wicked acts, all right, and he's going to take him down and set up righteousness. And that's just what it is. All right, Esau's in a trick bag, literally. Okay. Verse 19. Let's jump down to verse 19. Thou wilt say then unto me, why doth he yet find fault? For who hath resisted his will? Right. Well, how can he punish him? Because he's making him do it, right? Verse 20. Nay, but O man, who art thou that replies against Yahweh? Right. Who are you? It says, shall the thing formed say to him that formed it, why hast thou made me thus? Hath not the potter power over the clay, or the same lump to make one vessel unto honor and another unto dishonor? Right? And that word vessel, all right, I want to highlight that, all right, because we went into earlier how Esau Edom is that one fitted, all right, that vessel fitted towards that destruction, to get that wrath. Okay, and he can't do nothing about it, right? So now we're reading here that the Lord, as the potter, has formed a vessel unto honor, which is the Israelites, and a vessel unto dishonor, all right, Esau Edom specifically. Okay, the twin brother of Jacob. Okay. That's all I'm gonna grab on there. Now I want to go back to that Romans 9 and 22, and I want to get that word vessels and see, well, not vessels, Salakia, fitted. Don't think I ever clicked on that. Let's play the Greek.
Strong's G 2675. Katartizo. Katartizo.
Right. It says, ethically, to strengthen, perfect, complete, make one what he ought to be. You see? So Esau is what he ought to be. He is supposed to be a demon. That's what he's supposed to be. That's his role on planet Earth. He's the Decepticon. All right. And that's just how it is, man. That's the will of Yahweh Bashim Shai. So let's grab some more scriptures and we'll close this out. Matthew 24 and 14. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. Okay. And the reason why I wanted to grab this is because Esau Edom is synonymous with the end. His rulership, all right, as we're at the dream, all right, of what was it, Nebuchadnezzar and Daniel breaking it down. All right, those feet and the toes, the iron and the clay, that's what we are. All right, that last kingdom. All right, Esau Edom is ruling in. Okay. Let me see. I want to grab this precept to link up with that Matthew. So Esau Edom is synonymous with the end. As his empire end, all right, and we see those signs, we know Yahweh coming is near, meaning the kingdom of heaven is close. All right, it's closer than we think. All right. 2 6 and 9. For Esau is the end of the world. Pause there, Now I want to go back. Matthew 24:14. It says at the end, and then shall the end come. So the end of the world, the end of Esau, of this world, the end of Esau's age, okay, is going to come to an end. All right. And that's going to be the end of the end and the beginning of the beginning. Okay. But also it's synonymous with this gospel going out. This gospel has to go out first. Okay. That's why Esau attacks this gospel so much. Strikes the videos, does this, does that, agents. Okay. That's why, because this is synonymous with his end. When this gospel get preached and the elect are sealed, the destruction can come. Now I'm gonna read this last precept, and I'm gonna read one more, and I think that'll be it. 2 Ezra 6:9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Right, the beginning of the beginning, as I say, because it's gonna be the eternal rule. Okay, eternity of rulership, planet of the Jakes. Right, as they even say in the movie Planet of the Apes, which they were mocking the Israelites, us. But they even say, beware of him, devil spawn, I believe, call him something like that. And it was that Abe reading that scroll with that white man right there, talking about him. So beware of him, because he cometh after the works of Satan. He is the adversary. That's what he does. We went into that. That's his role down here. All right, until the Lord take his time away, which we see that his time is up. All right, his time is up. The prophecies are coming to pass. This gospel is going out. The elect have heard it. So yeah. All right. So that's why he attacks this gospel so much, because when this gospel go out, the elect get sealed and his time is up. Now, Revelation 7:3, saying, well, you know what? Nope, we got to start up. My bad, Salakia. We got to, hold on. Let me try to pull up the chapter. Revelation 7 and verse 1. And after these things, I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. Right. All right. So breaking that down. All right. 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth. All right. The earth isn't actually a flat Monopoly board square. Okay. But they're standing, all right, on the 4 corners of the earth. All right. They're holding back this destruction. Okay. As it says, holding the 4 winds of the earth. Right. All right. That symbolize destruction. So they're working to hold back that destruction until the elect are sealed, showing you that it could already be over. It could already be over. There's multiple videos of them shooting different missiles and testing different things and stuff, and what they call UFOs, or now UAPs. They come down, meaning they come down out of the heavens. All right, and they mess with them. They turn them off. They turn them on. They change the location, position. So hey man, Yahweh Shema Shai has full control over the destruction when it happens and how it's gonna happen, and he's proven that multiple times, man. All right, which he doesn't have to, but he does his own thing. As us, the prophets, we know so much for salvation. Okay, I can't tell you exactly. Why did this chariot go down and change the location and go back up? And, but we do know certain things, okay? But let's continue. It says in verse 1, and after these things, I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. And I saw, so basically they're holding back the destruction, okay? And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living power, and he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea. All right, and that proves right there in verse 2 that those winds will talk about a destruction, a pain, a hurt coming. Verse 3, here's the point. It says, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our power in their foreheads. Now it reads down and talks about 12,000 from each tribe, which is 144,000, which are all men, okay, that got this truth, that preach this gospel, okay. And then it talks about that innumerable multitude, which is consisting of the rest of the elect, the 1/3 that's delivered in the land of America, and the other Israelites throughout the world, all right, that are delivered, okay. But the main deliverance is in the land of America, where 1/3 will be saved and 2/3 will be cut off and perish, okay. But yes, that is the point in verse 3, all right, that the hurt, the destruction will not come until they're sealed, and this gospel has to go out for them to be sealed, and they have to hear, all right, and repent, okay. And I do want to grab this again. I grabbed this in the part 1, Psalm 75:7. It says, but Yahweh is the judge, he putteth down one and setteth up another, okay. So Yahweh is putting down Esau Edom. As we see these prophecies come to pass, he's putting that nigga down. Wickedness, all right, it's done. Its time is played out, it's done, okay. It fulfilled what it needed to do. Matter of fact, I grab one more. 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and verse 8. Matter of fact, maybe I should start up. Let me see right quick. All right, we'll start at verse 5. 2nd Ezra 15 and verse 5. Behold, said the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth. You see? All right. And since Esau Edom is ruling in these last days, all right, and he's synonymous with the end, that's how you know that his kingdom will be ruled in wickedness as well. That's another indicator. Because when the hurtful works are fulfilled, that's when, hey, Yahushua is going to come back after that. All right, to put down, you know, all of these idols and wickedness and Esau Edom and the rulership of all the heathen together. Okay, as he's going to take their crowns. As it says on his head were many crowns, symbolic for how he's going to conquer. Okay, it says, for wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. You see? So the Lord is going to get rid of all this wickedness going on. It's just not going to stay here. You know, people doing as they will, you know, in wickedness. You know, the lust of their flesh, you know, performing the lust of their flesh, you know, the Lord's going to delete all that stuff, man. Idol worship, all of that. Verse 7, therefore said the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them in those things which they have wickedly exercised, in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Like, behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me. And Esau has spilled a lot of that, man. Look how much blood of the Israelites he has spilled. And other people. But mainly us, because we're the apple of the Lord's eye. We're his jewelry. We're his jewels, right? It says, and the souls of the just complain continually, right? Just like when what? When Cain slew Abel and his blood cried out to him, right? As it is written. All right. Yeah, man. Esau has to pay. Okay? Esau has to pay. All right? These hurtful works are fulfilled. So now the Lord is pitting his ass down, and he's going to set up righteousness. And there's a lot more precepts. All right? But, you know, that's basically the point. I believe I hit the nail on the head. And, you know, until next time, Kam Yasharallah, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Bashim Al Shah for giving me a spirit and power to make this lesson. Shalom.